Hi class, in this video I'm going to try to finish number 4 on your chapter 2 problem. Now number 4 was 5 points, so let's see how I'm going to finish it. The problem talks about opportunity cost and production possibility frontier. So over here in this table we have this production table. So for this Sean, this person's skilled labor, there are 5 different choices he can make. So each one is a production point. So for the first choice A, Sean can spend 8 hours producing train and 0 hours producing balls, and then he can produce 4 trains and 0 balls. So each production point represents different amount of time he can spend working on each production, and then the result that he will have. So let's graph our production possibility frontier. Now, to graph the points, we need to use the produce table over here. So the number of trains can produce and number of balls can produce. So the first point we have, so point A, he can produce 4 trains and 0 balls. So the first point, 4 trains, it's going to be 4 and 0. So that's the first point. And then second point, it's going to be 3 trains and 9 balls. So let's go down. So we're going to have 3 trains, 9 balls. Okay, now next one we're gonna have 2 trains and 13 balls. So 2 trains and 13. The next one is gonna be 1 and 16 and 0 and 17. So 1 and 16 and 0 and 17. Okay, so this is our production possibility frontier. Now let's answer the questions. So suppose Sean is producing point D, producing 1 train per day. His opportunity cost of producing a second train per day is how much? Now if you look at point D over here, let's go up. So at point D, Sean is producing 1 train and 16 balls. Now if Sean decides to produce 1 more train, so he will go from point D to point C, where he can produce 2 trains. But if Sean produced 2 trains, he can only produce 13 balls. So which means by producing 1 more train, he will give up production of 3 balls. So the first production possibility, or the first opportunity cost, is going to be 3 balls per day. And then second. Now suppose Sean is currently producing at point C, producing 2 trains per day. His opportunity cost of producing 3 trains per day is how much? So let's go back up. Now we go from point C at 2 trains per day, go to point B as 3 trains per day. Now if you see as 3 trains per day, sure he does produce 1 more train compared to point C, but at point B you only have 9 balls. So which means Sean will give up 4 balls to produce 1 more train. So for the answer for this part, that he will give up 4 balls. So from previous analysis, you can determine that as Sean increases production for trains, the opportunity cost of producing 1 more train will increase. Because remember over here in the first part, when he produced 1 more train, it cost him 3 balls, and the second part produced 1 more train, cost him 4 balls. Now let's keep going. And the last part, suppose Sean buys a new tool and allow him to produce twice as many trains per hour before, but it doesn't affect his ability to produce balls. Use the green points to plot his new production possibility on the previous graph. So let's go back to the previous graph and produce our new PPF. So the new PPF, our number of trains will be doubled, but our number of balls will stay the same. So for the first point, now before we had 0 and 4, now it will be 0 and 8. And the second point we had was 3 and 9, so now it will be 6 and 9. And then the third point will be 4 and 13. The next point, 4 and 13, be careful. So 4 and 13. The next point will be 2 and 16. And the last point will be still 0 and 17. Okay, so the green points is our new production possibility frontier. Now let's go to the last question. So because he can now make more trains per hour, Sean's opportunity of producing balls, this will be more or higher than previously. because before he can produce lower number of balls, now he can produce higher number of balls. I mean lower number of trains, now it's higher number of trains. So now he won't produce any balls, he need to give up more number of trains compared to before. Okay, so that's how I do number 4. Let's grid it now. And let's look at our answer. Hopefully get it right. Remember this was 5 points. So let's check. Okay, good. Good. And good. Okay, so we got it right. Now look at the answers compared to see what you have. Now you see my first attempt I got only 4, so I missed something too. So it's not an easy question. So look at it. If you have any question, let me know. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.